right, ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves another episode of the Draftaholics. Tonight with me, I've got Mike Rossi and Andrew G. How we doing tonight, boys?
What's going on, Tom?
Oh, living that dream. Can't complain. Can't complain. Mikey, where can people follow us?
We are on Instagram, Spotify, TikTok, and YouTube. Every week on Instagram, we will do a 32-seeded bracket. You get to vote on every single matchup till there's one winner. So go follow, join in on the fun.
That's right. That's right. All right. Tonight, we are going to create our Mount Rushmore of video games. What do you think about that, Andrew?
Pretty excited. If you can't tell from my voice, no, I am. These are personal Mount Rushmore. It's not the 4 greatest video games of all time. This is just the 4 games that you probably spent the most time on or enjoyed the most. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, some straight nostalgia coming up in this episode, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And we did the draft order beforehand, and tonight it's going to go Andy, me, and Mike. Andy, are you ready for your first choice, sir?
Yes, I am, Thomas. It's going to be Halo 2 for me. That is
okay.
Xbox Live just came out. You know, I actually played Halo 2 like only LAN party style. And then one of my buddies was like, dude, you got to get on Xbox Live. Like you have to try this. It's like LAN party every day. And he was right. And I spent the next 3 years of my life just not doing anything else but playing Halo. So Halo 2 is going to be
you got that bumper jumper technique that you
now
use in Warzone, right?
Oh yeah. That's where it comes from.
You know, a lot
you gotta
of
keep
people...
the thumbs on the sticks, boys. You got to keep the thumbs on the sticks.
PlayStation gets a lot of graphics and gameplay, says that it's better than Xbox, but Xbox revolutionized the online gameplay. If it wasn't for games like Halo 2, I don't think it would have exploded to what it is today. So I agree, dude. That's a great choice. I love the multiplayer. Like, because it used to be, I'm up at midnight by myself. You know, I can't do it much longer. I'm falling asleep. But now I'm playing against some dude in Kentucky, like
talking shit. Do you remember the shit talk back then?
Yeah,
it was outrageous.
Yeah.
People wishing cancer on other people's moms.
Yeah.
It was an awful place to be. Lawless, the Wild West.
We were playing Call of Duty in one of those old school multiplayer lobbies where it was all hell breaks loose out there. And I was playing with our boy Steve, and some dude from Britain called me a villain, just like that. And I was like, all right.
Dude, there was nothing better than just being across the map, throwing a plasma and hearing that stick noise.
Yep.
You hear that stick noise from across the map.
With those things too. You could launch a plasma grenade. Left just cross map. That was great.
I used to, because that was back when you could actually start recording what you did, like the clips, right?
Yeah.
You could record your clips from Halo, and I don't know if you can go back to your 360 and look at your clips, but I might have to plug it in and see if you can. I still have it. I want to see some of the clips that I have on there because I used to record them all the time.
Oh yeah, that'd be dope. I'd love to see them. All right, it's on me now, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm gonna start with the games that really linked me to video games for life. Give me Mario Brothers 3.
Nice.
That one where you can get to that tail, spin all the levels, all the flutes to skip levels, the princess in the castle, the matching the mushroom, you know, it's got to get the star. You know what I'm talking about? The match game. Like my son and I were just playing it on the TV the other day because I still have an old school NES and I got that game and he's starting to play it now. So that's number 1 for me.
Nice. Good pick. Great pick.
I mean, anything in the Mario realm is going to get you votes. So I'm not sure if that was your actual number 1 or you can't.
No, I swear to God.
Votes,
yeah. But that was the game that really stunk me in. And then after that, I saved my money for my paper route to buy a Nintendo 64 when it came out. So
wow.
There you go.
Impressive.
All right, well, speaking of Nintendo 64, I think we're all of the same age where Nintendo 64 is probably our favorite system.
This is the first round. Yeah.
And I think everybody knows where I'm going with this. Maybe not, but I'm going a nice little Ocarina of Time.
No,
not what I had. Not what I had.
Not what you thought?
It's in the top 3 of N64 games, and there's a tier of top 3, and that is
that wasn't coming back to you. That wasn't coming back to you. So good pick.
No, Ocarina of Time is by far my favorite video game of all time. I've played it multiple times. I don't know where my N64 went. I'm actually been thinking about grabbing another one because I just want to play Ocarina of Time again. It's funny because I label myself a huge Zelda fan, but that's really the only one I play.
Only
After that,
one,
nothing,
right?
yeah, nothing else can really compare to it, and I'm always let down. So it's really, I'm not really a huge Zelda, just Ocarina of Time. That's it. The songs in that, everything was just
Yeah, it was
badass.
great. That was great.
I know people talk the Breath of the Wild one or the one that just came out.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
say
that one's
that
supposed to be
one
really
is
good.
really, really good too. So if you get a
Yeah,
chance, try it out.
I
One of
did
our
try it.
one of our buddies bought the Switch too, and he said all the N64 games are on there. So might be an option for you with the kids. You know, you get a little Switch for them. You steal it while they're asleep. Get a little Ocarina of Time in. You
Hmm.
know,
Might have to do that. I wonder if it's updated graphics or it's just like,
I think he said it's just the game, like how they were.
yeah, yeah. All right. Happy
I might.
birthday to one of my kids.
Yeah.
All right, my second game of all time. I'm gonna let one slide because I don't think either of you are gonna pick it. I don't know if either one of you are gonna pick this one, but just in case, I'm going Borderlands 2, boys. Borderlands 2, me and our buddy Steve demolished that game over and over and over again. It's like it's the exact thing that I want out of a game. It's an awesome shooter. It's funny. It's like comic book graphics, cartoony graphics, but it's also like an RPG where you level up and you get better guns. And it's just, I don't know. That game just hit everything that I needed in the video game for me.
It has no reason to be as fun as it is. Like the Borderlands games are good, but like I don't know. Sometimes games are just made perfectly, and that's Borderlands too. It is just
Yeah.
the gunplay's fun. The dialogue, Claptrap is annoying, but he's
Yep.
hilarious. Handsome Jack's hilarious. Like
Catch
it's
a
just a good game.
ride.
It's just a great game, dude. When he runs into the stairs, I laughed for like 5 minutes. It was awesome.
Yeah. I really wish the movie was better. They could
Yeah,
have done a
that
better
movie
job with that movie,
bombed.
but
Didn't even
Yeah.
yeah,
watch it.
that movie bombed. Yeah.
Never played the game, so I'll have to check it out.
You have to, Tom. Borderlands 2. I don't think I played Borderlands one a lot too. You don't necessarily have to play
No,
the
no, you
first
don't.
one to get the second one, so go straight to two.
Okay, I will do. Speaking of second, I'll take my second pick now. And I was really worried, Mike, that you were going to take this when you start talking about Nintendo 64 because you talk about hanging out with your homies and the accusations of screen watching
Oh
through the
God.
roof. And you
Oh yeah.
can't be Odd Job because he's too small. Give me Golden Eye.
It's the best.
Yeah.
I thought that was
Yeah.
going one as well for N64
Yeah.
games. It was the first
That's in
it was the
that
first
tier,
shooter.
that
It's just
higher
yeah.
tier that
It's
you're
just the
talking about,
yeah,
Andy.
yeah, yeah. It was the perfect game. Proxy mines and just like all types of things you've never seen before. It was so fun.
Pretty
Oh, that game
sure
was perfect.
I've got 100 hours playing that game and only like 17 minutes of the actual game. The rest
What
is
was
just
your
multiplayer.
what was your character? Who were you? Who would you pick?
James Bond, because if you
You
can't
always Bond.
be the short guy, you can't be Odd Job, you got to be James Bond, the guy that game video games after, right?
Mikey, did you have a guy or did you rotate? You strike me as a Jaws kind of fella.
I don't remember
Mm.
if I had a guy or not. I remember a lot about GoldenEye, but none of the specifics. But I do remember in one of the levels there was a hidden spot inside of a vent where you could
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
crawl and just
yeah,
hide in the vent, and it
yeah.
was so fun to go in there and just watch your boys go by, and all of a sudden just
The original
come out of
camper,
nowhere.
ladies and
There
gentlemen,
he
the
is.
original
There he
camper.
is. Ah, shit. All right, we're
It's on
going.
you, Andy. Yep.
We're going three N64 games here in the top, whatever we're at. But I'm gonna take Mario Kart 64.
There it
Great
It's
is.
the
one.
it's the best Mario Kart, at least to me. Uh, this is once again, this is just the prime video games, period of our life. But that game it was
Yeah.
perfect. Just playing with the boys, trying to hit all the jumps, you learn the shortcuts. You know what I mean? Just a blast, a perfect
Just
game.
shelling dudes right as
Just
they're at the
shelling dudes.
finish.
Yeah.
No way,
Little lightning, and
dude.
then run his little ass over as you're going
Oh,
by.
the spinning one too, where you had like the balloons that you had to get. You know what I'm
Oh yeah,
talking
it's
about?
great.
Like you had to knock the
That was
balloons
the
out.
most
Yeah,
fun version of that. We
the
had the three
battle. Yeah,
balloons.
it was like the battle, whatever. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was
You guys
that
had to
one
be the
level
heavy
that had like the
guys.
blocks. You had like a red and the
Red
yellow
and
and the blue
green. The red.
blocks. Yeah, yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
that game was awesome.
That was so much fun. There was
Yeah, I love the
nothing better
blast.
though. The Wario Stadium when you would just instantly you just come behind, you're in eighth place, oh man, I'm losing, shucks. And then all of a sudden you get that lightning and you wait until your boy's gonna go over the hill,
Yeah.
hit him with the lightning, boom, he loses half the track as he falls down the ditch.
So good. So good. What a game.
Yeah.
That game was incredible.
All right.
All right.
I guess I'm
Second
going
pick.
third pick here total.
Third pick, second here. Yep.
I think this is probably a little early, but there's pretty much the only video game I've played in the past 5 years. So give me Warzone.
Okay.
Okay. I got pretty much the ultimate like next to your boys in Mario Kart. I got my first online experience 4-on-4 teams with Halo 2. Give me the battle royale. I never played Fortnite. I know it's bigger, but I never played it. So give me Warzone. We still play it. We're terrible. We're old. We're slow, but every now and then I have a good time.
Right.
There's no way I win this vote wise. You got Mario, GoldenEye, Warzone, Mario Kart again, Halo. Like that's all the big names of our generation, right? So
that's what we grew up on. And Warzone.
I'm gonna lose big time. But yeah, Warzone. When COVID hit and we were all locked down, we demolished that game.
Some of us more than others, Mike.
Yeah, I was home every single day. I was single. I was home with COVID. Was playing Warzone.
He had like a month played the first like 4 months the game was out. Dude, he had a literal month played. It's outrageous.
It's one of those that grabs you, and when you want to play it, you play it for a while, and it's quick to sit there. Oh shit! It's been 2.5 hours. I can't believe I played this long. I do enjoy it. Yeah. I think it's a little early because I was going more nostalgia on these video games. So I'm glad that you got that. I'm going super old school. Give me Tetris. I love me Tetris. That one of those Game Boy games that you could just play for hours.
I used to get bored of it. Great game though, but it drove me crazy when I was a kid. I needed more action.
Okay, Mr.
Tom, if somebody said you could only play like 4 video games for the rest of your life, Tetris would be one of them?
Fuck yes, dude. Have you ever beaten Tetris?
Has anybody ever beaten Tetris?
I think
only like one person. Right? So if I've got nothing but time, that's a game that's only been beaten by one person.
All right. I wouldn't be on my Mount Rushmore, but that's why these are opinion based, right? This is everyone has a different opinion.
Yes, sir.
All right, my last two. I'm sticking to, again, for me it's nostalgia. It's when I was the most into video games, what I played. And another one that I just couldn't get enough of was BioShock, the original BioShock. Absolutely destroyed that game. It's creepy, right? All of a sudden, that little girl's voice out of nowhere. You have Big Daddy's coming. It just everything about that game was. If you know BioShock, Big Daddy isn't creepy.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
I know.
But it was just a fun play. Have you guys ever played?
Played, didn't beat. I got maybe like an hour into it, and I was like,
Yeah, it's not for everybody. Definitely not for everybody, but it's my type of game, So I'll take BioShock there, and then I'm going back and forth between two, because realistically, we've all played the shit out of Madden, right? And I just don't know if it's ever been one of my favorite games, or it's just because I like football so much. So I'm gonna leave it off my list, and I'm gonna go with one of my actual favorite games here, and I'm going Resident Evil, and I'm gonna go. It's between Resident Evil 2 and 4, but I'm going to go Resident Evil 4. Because Resident Evil 4 is the first time you saw those dudes with the bags over their head and the chainsaws coming at you. And that shit just creeped the fuck out of you when you weren't ready for it. So I'll take Resident Evil 4 there.
Way to look for that word.
Yeah.
It creeps the fuck out of you.
Shit fuck.
The word I'm looking for.
Well, I said that shit creeps, then I was going to say shit again. So I was like, let me change it up quick.
Allow myself to introduce myself.
So that rounds up my Mount Rushmore, boys.
I think that's a good one right there. Resident Evil is one of those games that scared you as a kid too. You're like, going around the corners. I still don't think I've ever finished one because of that, to be quite honest. Which you got my brain thinking of another game that I used to play all the time around that same time frame, but I really think I need to get what I had written down first because this is the game when I would get to an arcade, because those were a thing when we were kids. We would just go with some singles, get some quarters. My mom's shot through the mall and we would play in an arcade, right? And the game I would go to all the time was Street Fighter. Let me get Street Fighter.
Tom's going real old school
here. The fact that Tom doesn't have a Madden on there is surprising.
But we talk about like Mount Rushmore, like the most important games I could ever have played. Like if it weren't for these 4 games, I don't even think I would play Madden because I don't love video games. So to me, those are the 4 most important video games in my life.
All right.
Andy, what's your 4th choice, good sir?
I don't know. I'm learning here that I have very basic taste in video games. I'm between either an Elder Scrolls game or a GTA game, and I can't decide which one I like more. So I'm gonna go Elder Scrolls. I'm gonna go Oblivion. I think that was the first time I truly ever played like a free roam game, a game where you could just do whatever you wanted from the moment you turn it on to the moment you turn it off. You didn't have to follow any storyline.
Yeah.
And and it was really well done, except for the fighting. The fighting's terrible. The fighting's terrible in GTA too.
Yeah,
so,
both of them. Yeah, that's
why. Hey, can we keep going? I got so many more. Like I can't believe
Tom is on a roll right now.
I did not get God of War in there at all.
Yeah, that's on my list. That's up there on my list. To be honest with you, my Mount Rushmore is a little skewed because I went into this the mindset of as soon as one version of a game was picked, I didn't want there to be another version of that game picked. But there 100% Call of Duty 2 would be on my list. I destroyed that game. It is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. But as soon as Warzone was picked, I didn't see that getting picked, and I screwed myself for waiting on a Call of Duty. So
there's so many that I have left on here. So
Tom went from I don't really play video games to I have so many more left.
Well, I'm just like Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt's fantastic.
Yep.
Assassin's Creed
1. I have so much more left.
Super Smash Brothers.
The
WWF Attitude Era game.
Okay,
come on.
Keep going.
You guys didn't play these games?
I was a WCW versus NWO Revenge for N64. Right. I used to love that. I know there's another one that N64 with Stone Cold on the cover. No Mercy. That's what it was. No Mercy, wasn't it?
So great.
Maybe. Yeah. I basically I played football games and basketball games basically when I wasn't playing.
We didn't say 2K on here either.
2K, NBA Live used to be good, but I don't know. I don't feel like I have that many more left.
I still stand by my top 4 picks.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
We'll let the voters decide who has the best taste in video games.
I definitely have like the biggest names. I feel like I have I sold out there a little bit, but I feel like I have those are the only games I play. I can't pick Madden. What am I going to pick? Madden 04 so I can run with 9,000 yards with Mike Vick?
That's true. I do personally. I like the old school 2000 with Eddie George on the cover.
Eddie George is great, dude. That was when the first when you could throw the flats for the first time. Mm-hmm. And I just have Eddie George leak out, dump it off, was unstoppable. Couldn't stop him. It was great.
All right, that's going to be it for us tonight. He's Mike. He's Eddie. I'm Tommy. See you.
Peace.